So in my last video I mentioned that I got my first tattoo and I asked if anyone wanted to know more about it, and everyone who said things about my tattoo said that they did want to know more about it. So, you know me, I live to serve. But that's not true. But I do like talking about myself, so here we go! This is my lioness tattoo as seen from my perspective, but this is what everyone else first sees. From this angle, no one has successfully guessed what it is. Birds, an obscure triangle, hieroglyphics, the list goes on, and I've only had this sucker for a couple weeks, so who knows what guesses the future holds. When my tattoo artist first held up the sketch against my arm to help me visualize it, he made it facing the other way, and I was very quick to switch it to the way that it is now, because this tattoo is not for anyone else. It's for me. I don't want to look at birds or an obscure triangle or hieroglyphics. I want to look at a lioness. So that's why I had it done facing me, and that's why it doesn't really bother me when no one knows what it is. So, why a lioness? Lots of reasons, but first of all I want to say that I reject out of hand that a tattoo needs to have some deeply personal significance. You can just get one because you like it, you think it looks cool or pretty or fun, and you want it on your body. That's awesome! And I may have a couple of those planned for myself. But in a shocking turn of events, I overthought something. That something being my first tattoo. Which brings me back to the question, why a lioness? Well, my non-sexual life partner Sarah Mowry and I are both Gryffindors, and one evening we were practicing for our retirement, which is to say that we were drinking wine and yelling about being Gryffindor, when Sarah suggested that we get lion tattoos while at VidCon. And thus the seed was planted. That may sound kind of goofy, like my first tattoo is based on my Hogwarts house, but first of all, that is a totally valid tattoo idea. And second of all, you don't realize how much Gryffindor means to me. So in the last 5 years or so, I've been making a deliberate effort to live my life in a way that makes me proud. This has manifested itself in a lot of different ways, but in particular, I have this tendency to walk away from situations that stress me out or ignore things that I know are a problem. Sometimes it's because I'm worried about fucking things up, or I don't think I'm worthy of taking action, and sometimes it's just laziness and unwillingness to put forth the effort. And I realized that I do not like that about myself, and I wanted to change it. Around this time, I got sorted into Gryffindor on Pottermore, and that just seemed to work so well with this new effort of mine to live in a more responsible and courageous way. So yes, this is a Gryffindor tattoo, but it's also a reminder to myself to be the person that I'm proud of being. Every time I start to feel that fear or worry, I can just look down at my arm and see this lioness who is not going to let me get away with letting those feelings dictate my actions. Also, yeah, it's a lioness instead of a lion. I don't even think I need to explain that one. So I guess that's everything I have to say about it for now. If there's something else you wanted to know, then you could ask it in a comment and I'll try to answer it. I've been having trouble answering comments on YouTube and posting comments on anything, actually. I don't know what's happening. You can ask me on Tumblr. I definitely understand Tumblr. Anyway, that's it. Okay, bye!